All right, question of the episode is, how can Mexico get so good that people start jumping the border the other way?
How can it become so good?
Yeah, what could they do?
Well, I think that the streets, you fix up the streets, don't make it so difficult to drive in.
Dude, I like Mexico.
And
Driving sucks. Mexico sucks. It's
City is the bomb, though.
Where?
Mexico City.
Mexico, bro. I'll move to Mexico City.
I could move to Mexico City.
But the funny thing is, being in LA, it's like, it didn't feel that foreign to me when I went to Mexico.
Yeah.
It was just like,
What part though? What part were you at?
well, I was more like, well, yeah, if you're in Tijuana and all that, it just is, that's pretty crazy. But then if you go more toward like Cancun and all that area, that feels a little bit different because it's more like East Coast Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't feel like West Coast
Mexico
Mexico.
City is different.
Mexico City is amazing.
I want to go to Mexico City.
go.
I've never been.
Is it like the New York City of Mexico? Like,
You know what it,
like
fe-
that?
it
Like
felt
epicenter?
like? Well, we were staying in like the posh area, right? Where all like the rich Mexicans live, all like the
the nice place.
like they got money.
It's like
and
the
they live
Beverly
over there.
Hills of.
Yeah, so like obviously it felt really safe, but like the parks, the food, just how the architecture, how easy it is to walk around because
It's a 1,000-year-old city too, right? So like the way that the streets are and like how they develop and how there's like you're gonna have your Burger Kings, KFCs, and McDonald's and all the regular stuff, but then you're also gonna have these giant cathedrals, art museums, like you know, like
There's
amazing.
so much to do.
So
there.
lots of culture.
So much.
Yeah, that's great. But you guys went as travelers, like going into like you know the touristy places. Like when I go to like you know the it's like when somebody comes to LA and they're like, oh, I'm in fucking Malibu was sick.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Mexico City is not Malibu.
Fucking sick. I went to Beverly Hills. It's fucking fire, dude.
I've also gone to Chihuahua, Mexico, or Monterrey. Like I've been to all those places too. I love Mexico.
Those are still little nice spots. I'm talking about like let's go to fucking
Like the rural area.
the IE of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the Palm Springs of Mexico.
Riverside, Mexico.
The riverside of Mexico. You know, that's where it gets a little rough. It gets a little, you know, a little sketchy. The streets are weird. Like, is this a street? Is this not a street? You fucking drive through it. The cop come and like, I saw you. It's like, well, you didn't. Well, who they gonna believe? Well, I guess you. So then that type of shit they need to fix. They need to fix that shit. They need to fix the corruption. The fucking, you know, I think if they start paying people well what they deserve, you know, if they get raises and they can, you know, I think that would be great.
Is there a minimum wage? What's the minimum wage?
You know what? I don't know, but
Let's see.
I don't know if that's a thing over there.
you know what? My dad was telling me this weird shit about like Mexico. They give you houses. I didn't know that.
The general.
Give you a house?
Like a house. Like they give like, they're like
That's pretty cool.
yeah, you know, like government housing or whatever. They do that, but they give you a house.
You know what I realized though? I never seen homeless people out there.
In Mexico?
And then they have free healthcare. Yeah. So that's
They have free healthcare?
They have free healthcare.
Everybody working on it.
Yeah, look that up.
Well, they also have no health regulations because I remember going in, they had a whole list of like steroids, ketamine, whatever. Like they had it like on an A-frame. Like I was like, what the fuck? You could just buy that shit?
It's free healthcare for it says for employed individuals. The crazy thing, the general minimum wage is $493 a month.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, so that's like.
is that, though?
I remember being in high school making more money than my uncle. My dad was telling me that.
says
He's like, you know, you make
$278.
more money than your uncle. I was like, what? He's like, what you make in a week is what he makes in a month.
But is that like a paid disparity that's like relative to the economic exchange though?
of course, yeah, you can still make.
That sounds crazy. That's like going to the Philippines and being like, dude, they make $48 a week.
Yeah.
Well,
But they could live on 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. It is like that because I thought the same thing, and then I realized like, well, because then my uncle's check was like it is like his number was like 1,500, and it's like technically it's like $10. I'm like, oh okay, because it looks crazy. It looks crazy.
$10 US.
Dude, when you get the Mexico shit, when you get like $100 and like pesos, you get like a fucking stack.
Millionaire. But I don't think Mexico is it's actually wealthier than a lot of Southeast Asian countries. Or like they're because I remember going and like I wasn't at a tourist trap and I'm still spending like everything is just half off. Put it that way. So like whatever it costs here, it feels like it's half off there. Yeah. So I'm like that's still not that cheap. If you think about certain Asian countries, it's not even half off. It's like 20 times divided by.
You know what's crazy is so in Mexico, you know how they got one of the richest guys in the world there? That one
Yeah.
Well, there's like it says there's 14 billionaires in Mexico. You know how many billionaires there are just in California?
I don't know.
186.
186.
That's why California popping though.
Isn't that crazy? Just in Cali?
And they want to pay those California taxes.
That's freaking nuts.
If you're a billionaire, you could be a resident anywhere.
That's crazy, dude.
Dude, why
Well,
would
if you're a billionaire, you could be a resident in California and not care.
That's true.
that billionaire guy in Mexico has 93 billion.
That's sweet.
God damn.
Crazy, dude. 93 billion.
I don't.
So biggest differences between living in Mexico and USA is one, cost of living. Mexico is generally cheaper, rent, food, healthcare, and services. US is higher wages, but also higher expenses. You make more, you spend more. Some American expats live rich in Mexico on basic US retirement checks. Two is food culture.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, yeah.
Mexico, fresh, local, handmade, regionally unique. Street food is legit and respected. US, more processed options.
The food
Portion
alone
sizes are
will make me
massive.
move to Mexico.
Food culture is dominant.
So good.
Really?
Bro, the food is crazy. Like
Yeah, well, I mean,
every corner there's just a a lady who just have a stand and any kind of
the
food.
secret is the sweat. It's dripping in the meat.
You know what I noticed though? Like the beef is still better here. I think. Like they have other products that were really good, like seafood or whatever. But I didn't think the beef was as good.
Yeah.
I agree with the beef. But also like, you didn't go to Sonora. Sonora is known for their beef. Sonora, where I'm from, it's like they're known for their beef. Just like their carne asada, like it just tastes different. Like Tijuana style, that's not how we make it in Sonora. That's like when people are like, LA has the best tacos. I'm like, I'm the only one that's like saying nah, because it's like I've tasted
LA
Sonora
Tijuana
style.
style?
It's Tijuana style. You guys like Tijuana style, and to me Tijuana style is very basic. It's like a lot of masa. I don't like the masa taste.
What's the Sonora style?
It's like with flour tortilla.
It's Sonora Town.
Sonora Town?
Sonora Town.
So Mexico City, they do these like ribeyes.
Sonora Town.
They do these ribeye tacos
Tijuana style, you know?
where they cut a whole slice of ribeyes like this big.
Wow.
It covers up most of the tortilla, right?
Oh, wow.
And the tortillas are amazing, obviously.
Yeah.
But Mexico City specifically is like a real food town.
That's dope.
And dude, the ribeye tacos alone, I'll be like, I'll move here tomorrow.
I saw the
for the tacos.
recently one of those taco shops got a Michelin star.
Yeah, the one in Mexico, right?
They do the
That
ribeye
one-
tacos. Yeah. That's like a style that
That
they
one
do
looks
over
so
there.
good.
We went to
My dad gets so mad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they get
because he's like
Michelin
a fucking carne asada connoisseur, so he's just like, hey, it's that bullshit. It's because no, eso no es carne.
He slept with his sister.
He's fucking whack.
That guy is a gay guy, you know? Why is he gay? What's that have to do with anything, you know what I mean? How do you fucking know this?
He's living
I
in
know.
Mexico, like, the whole, like, cartel thing? Is that an
That's
actual
scary.
thing where if you don't overstep your boundaries or
No, I mean, they pay-
you're not going to get messed with? Or is it still just, like, a constant danger to everybody?
That's a good question. Let me see how to answer it politically.
No,
No.
the cartel aren't really targeting the citizens.
Like, they're
it's
not-
much more.
No, but they
randomly-
do. They don't target the citizens, but they do like target the business. If the business is popping, they're like, yeah, you're gonna owe taxes for this. Like, and they have to pay taxes to the citizen. Not only the country, but also the cartel.
So, like,
So a lot of times
protection
they use their muscle to like take over a fucking business. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, we'll protect you, whatever you need if you ever get in trouble. Kind of like the mob. They're like,
we need the Three Amigos.
yeah. So
Remember
they
the
take
Three Amigos?
I mean,
Martin
that's just the way
Short.
it is, right? And then you can't do anything about it. Yeah, but and then the whole thing right now is that they're fighting with is the fact that the young generation is a little more reckless. When I say reckless, it's like if I'm trying to take Bart out and Bart is standing in front of you guys are all gonna be taken out because I'm trying to get him. So it's and they're not like, oh, let's just try to get him. They don't care anymore. Like they go there and they show up and he's in there. Like if they know he's in this room, they're gonna blow up this whole fucking restaurant just because then that's the thing that they're trying to fight against. Like old school cartels, like bro, we never fuck with the people. Like we just fuck with that one person. We only fuck with who's in the mix. But these young kids are like listening to all these peso plumas. They're just fucking like, hey, fucking chicken. They're just reckless. They're not very clear. They're more reckless.
That's why all these Americans are like tourists are getting killed in like these like Tulum.
Yeah, because they're
resorts.
yeah, exactly. Because
people that killed at Tulum?
Yeah.
Because what happened is like they took out like one of the biggest fucking cartel members who have that old school thinking of like leave the like it's
Bad for business.
and this and that. And now the new generation's coming up, and now you're gonna see a little bit more of a reckless kill, and that's what's happening. And they're just wild fucking kids. You
They're
know,
like
they don't-
killing
they don't-
Americans to mess with their businesses.
They're not thinking logically. They're young, dumb, and they're just getting high now. Like nobody got high. Drug dealers never got high. That was the number one. You don't get high, so they just don't get high. Now a lot of drug dealers are getting high. I met this one guy that was like selling coke, and he was doing coke. I'm like, how'd that work? How does that work? Like usually drug dealers don't like to fuck with people who do drugs. They're like, oh, if he can't control the habit, how is he gonna control his business? They don't. It's just like it doesn't work that way, you know. But you know, we're living in a weird time with the whole how the cartel moves.
So like on paper, it seems like living in Mexico is better. You have like free healthcare and all that stuff. What is the incentive for people to give up the free healthcare to come here?
Just the fact that like
It says affordable out-of-pocket care, often without insurance. I don't. This is ChatGPT though.
well, at the end of the day, let's face it, America is like we can say whatever they can say whatever they want about it, but it's like this is still the only country that like if you're doing a better job than somebody else, you can take their job. It doesn't matter. Right here, it's like a business. It's like, yo, if
Like a meritocracy.
if you're gonna benefit me with business, then you're gonna get that job. And that's Mexicans are the types that are like, well, I'm gonna work hard to get that job. And so that to them, they're not afraid to work. They're like, oh, all I do is got to work hard to get this position. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, and some people are like, well, I don't want to be at the sun. They're like, fuck, I'll fucking risk my body for my family. You know, like there's a cool video
that in Mexico.
Yeah, no, because in Mexico it's like you're only limited to this amount and that's it, and you're never gonna be a boss. Oh, for them to like for a boss to like leave his position, they won't. They'll never do that. They'll never leave their position ever. Yeah, they'll die there, dude. And if anything, they'll set up the position to where like when they leave, the business is gonna go to shit. It's being sold or whatever, and then the people are fucked. Nobody's secure, and everybody's looking out for themselves. There's no, you know, like, there's no business that's like built to where it helps the workers as well. Yeah.
That's why the country can't stabilize. If that's the mentality, that's
the mentality.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they're getting the whole country is getting crumbs, and they're not gonna give up their crumbs for another fucking family. It's just they're not, and then they're not gonna change. So the people are like, it's gonna take years for this to change. I don't have years, so I'm gonna go to the United States and just get it done, and just bring money back, because they do come back, and that's the thing that's people don't understand. Like, it sucks being an immigrant because you leave a country to go back, and one of the reasons why they'd rather stay here is because when they do make their money and then they go back, the whole town is envious of them. They don't treat them the same. They don't make fun of them. They fucking fuck you. You think you're better than us. It's like, bro, like I did this to come back. Now I'm not even welcome in the town that I'm back in. And then they get robbed. They get fucking kidnapped. And now they gotta fucking.
Wow.
And now they're like, man, fuck this. I'd rather just go back to the United States. And so a lot of people that do make money, they end up getting kidnapped, and they're like, fuck this. I'd rather just stay in America. And in America, like, we don't want you here. So their whole life of existence is like, I can't be comfortable anywhere, just for their kids to grow up and become a DJ. Like, that's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. So for them to just do nothing with their life, like, what are you doing? You're a fucking promoter at a club? Dude, get a fucking job. What the fuck are we doing, dude? It's like, Jesus Christ. To play fucking video games and be a streamer. Stop trying to be a streamer. Just fucking do something.
So it's like, what it sounds like is like that's like the poor experience, right? Like, what do middle class and upper class do over there, you know?
The middle class, it's like...
Maybe there is no middle class.
The middle class is our poor. You understand? Like, Like, when I was growing up, we were in like extremely poor, but we were poor.
You grew up over there?
No. And growing up in America, we grew up poor. Like, I grew up in the hood, and then we just kind of, but we still had things. You know, I had nice clothes and this and that. So I would go to Mexico, and my uncle was an engineer. He was more than a little middle class. He was a little bit more. He had a 2-story house. Like, he had a good little like money coming along. But we lived the same. You understand what I'm saying? Like, his rich, I was like, their rich was our poor.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, we live the same. Like,
that's why there's jealousy.
We have.
So like, that's why there's jealousy. Like, you go back and you make more than them, and they're like, we're more educated. We're like, why do you have some, like, it's like that?
Yes, I have an uncle who's like an engineer, and he's just busting his ass off, and he's living still like that. And I have an uncle who works in, like, as a dishwasher and bought a bigger house.
Oh,
bigger cars. And he went to school, and he went to fucking busted his ass off, and like is in the system and just working hard and just.
Yeah.
And how do you think they're gonna feel?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you were laying bricks. I got my doctorate degree and shit. Yeah.
The guy, he's like, oh, that's cool. I can tell you what soap is better for this dish. And what towel dries better.
But that's kind of like the point.
He's a mechanic engineer for the dishwasher.
That's taking that risk of immigration, though, right? You know, like
but they're taking
that's like my mom. You know, she is a refugee from the war, comes over here, ends up becoming a dry cleaners person. But every single time we went back to Vietnam, suddenly I saw her different because the way that she would like pump her chest, you know, like around her family, just giving out cash, and I'm like, we're poor as fuck in America. Like, you didn't give me nothing for my allowance, and you're just giving all this away to like, I never even met this cousin, second cousin, third cousin.
Getting all this fucking.
But it's like she's got to put on this show when we don't even have money like that back in the States. And it's like that's kind of part of it.
Does the money
though.
get amplified though when she goes there? So maybe like
It gets amplified, but it's still ironic because like, you know, you grow up thinking like, no, we can't do that because we can't afford that.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like you get treated like a certain way, and it's like, but over there, it's like, like, what is going on? That's how it felt like.
That's the opposite for me. When I go, all I hear is stories of how ballin' they used to be, and then they came to America and they fucking they did it because they didn't want to live that life. And I'm like, well, what about me, bro? Like,
You want to be the confused guy.
I'm like, what about me? Like, my grandma would be like, every morning, you know, we had a driver, we had a whole staff, I was like, that's fucking nice, man. Like, that would have been cool if I had that. And you guys decided to come to America and ruin your fucking lives. Like, you had it great in Japan. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's fucking brought you here to become a hippie. That's fucked up.
That thing is actually true. Like, a lot of Japanese people always make that joke that Japanese people don't move from Japan to America unless...
It depends. Okay, if it's after the 80s, they didn't need to come here. They're all like, they're all misfits that came. Because they're like, they don't need the money. But if it's like, let's talk about the five generations in, they're just like Mexicans, like they're farmers. They're like, we need opportunity. That's why before Mexican came, that was their job. Like before, you know, it was like, we're picking strawberries, we're fucking mining coal.
Like the Gardena Japanese people?
Yeah. They were like, we don't have jobs, we're starving, right?
Yeah.
And then that's why they went to Brazil, fucking Peru, whatever.
And the diaspora just like freaking got crazy.
Yeah, and then Japan after World War II made fucking hella changes, and they built up, and then they didn't need help. So that's like what you're saying. If Mexico doesn't need help, they don't need to come here, right? Yeah. True. And then after that, it's like the only people that came in the 80s were, oh well, we're gonna open up Toyota, we're gonna open up Nissan in America, we gotta build Sony in America, send your employees. And that's when they were balling. Like in the Forbes list, I think for 10 years straight during the 80s, the people on the top list of billionaires were Japanese. Before, what's his name, Microsoft came into the game.
Tech, yeah.
Yeah. If you see the list, it's like, yeah. But I'll Gates. Bro, that's where my dad came. Beer. And then the immigrants that were coming, they were coming because Toyota sent them here and said, hey, let's say you're a middle management, you're making $60K. Then you go to America, I'm just going to pay you double and give you an allowance for your... So all the Japanese workers in the 80s were like already coming here with 6 figures plus and free housing. Free, if you want to send your kids to private school, send them there.
Damn.
Yeah.
How different.
It was different, yeah.
Is the Mexican president does that president ever actually address like the whole disparity you're talking about with like why people are leaving to come here?
Yeah, I saw this one speech that he literally said like there's no need for them to leave, and are people who have left and are seeking a better opportunity for their families. Like Mexico is always going to be here, open arms, ready to accept you. Like you can always come home. And I'm just like, say what, like, you know, to me that's what I was upset about. I'm like, yo, why are you fucking making it like it's cool? Like I would be like, yo, we're gonna change things so you guys can come back. Say something like that.
Make an incentive.
Yeah, don't be like, well, whenever you come back, this is your home. It's like, yeah, we don't like the home. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We don't like the way you're running the fucking house, the rules. You know, it's like your dad saying, under this fucking roof, my rules. Okay, well, I'm leaving your fucking rules. That's what they're doing. They don't like your rules.
Come back, we'll have you.
Please come back. But this is always your house. Just know this is always your house. I don't fucking know why.
But it's my rules.
Yeah, but it's my rules. Okay, just know.